Hey, Phil.
Hey, Kenny.
Phil, I'm looking to grow my retail distribution in Western Canada. There's many to choose from. Can you give me one that sort of has broader expertise? I need some retail, but I really also need some solid food service. Like anybody come to mind quickly?
I think always pick someone that matches with what you want to do. But if they match with you, LGDF Wholesale is a great partner to go with. They've been doing food and beverage for 30 years. They understand the category. They've got specialty food pretty well distributed. They also understand small and large grocers. They've got category expertise. They've got logistics. They can ship from indies to major chains. That's where I would go.
Very cool. So La Grotta del Formaggio Wholesale, or as we love to call them, LGDF Wholesale. So if you're ready to grow and you want to do some work in Western Canada and you're looking for great distribution within retail of any size and food service, visit lgdfwholesale.com. One more time, that's lgdfwholesale.com.
Hey, welcome to This Commerce Life, an unscripted podcast that focuses on the stories behind small and independent Canadian retail and Canadian CPG.
What we try and do is deliver or pull out the story of our guests and give them to you. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly of retail and CPG in Canada. We're filling a need because we think that retail is hard on the best of days, but it's also a wonderful, wonderful place to grow up and make your living.
We also think that the industry, nor the people that inadvertently find themselves in the industry, really understand the industry at all. They don't really understand what goes on behind the scenes.
So listen to us, Phil and Kenny. We'll unravel it for you. We'll give you the story. We'll give you the story behind the story. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, no problem. No problem. That's good.
Perfect.
Good. Yeah. Nice to see you again. What's going
Yeah,
on?
good to see you too. Not a lot. I'm just crazy weekends. I got lots of markets coming up.
Okay.
It's been busy. I feel like I thought November was going to be the quiet month. Never is. Um, in food and beverage, it's like April to September seem to be crazy, and then you're like, oh, I get winter off, but it
Yeah.
never seems to be quite as what I expect.
It's good though, right? I mean, it sounds like, if you've got that much going on, it just means everything's kind of moving the way it's supposed to be moving, right? So it's good.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yes, moving parts are important, especially in this industry.
Mm-hmm. 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 I know. I was just yeah. Yeah, no, I was just looking at your stuff and then I realized you are on Amazon, which is extremely helpful for where I am in the world. So, yeah.
Amazon's great. Yeah. And that's honestly why I went on Amazon. Like, obviously, keeping it local, like, we're a local product. So, trying to keep it local and in local stores is near and dear, but it's nice to have it on Amazon for people out east, people that I don't have stores near them. And shipping when you do like direct to consumer is crazy expensive. So, it's nice that Amazon can kind of make that a little more accessible. Hey, Kenny, how's it going?
All good in the hood, baby. All good in the hood.
We love it. We love it.
So what are we doing today? What's going on here?
We are doing a podcast today.
A podcast. Oh, that's why
We
there was no
are.
meeting thing.
We
Thinking, why
And
are.
he's
are we
like,
talking, Andrew?
You were wondering,
Why do we get this
actually,
massive pleasure?
we were actually doing a call and all the to-dos are yours. So you can start, Kenny.
Well, it's too late. I already
take
know
it
it's a
away, Kenny.
podcast. It's a podcast, so I don't have to be prepared.
That's how I felt. I'm so excited. I was like, every podcast I do, I'm like so nervous being like, what are the questions? But I know you guys, I listen to your podcast every time on my drive back from Vancouver.
Oh,
So I'm very familiar with the
thank
just
Yeah.
you.
run and gun. So I got to the office 5 minutes ago. I'm like, nice, no stress.
Well, I clicked, it was Zoom. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, fuck, is this a podcast? Or were we supposed to do something talking about? Because we don't, Zoom is usually podcast. So clearly we're doing a podcast. That's good.
We are, we
How'd you
are,
get
we
on?
are.
Who let you in?
Me?
Well, not me. It's mine. It's his. How the hell did you
I
get
don't know.
here?
I met
I
some
let him
guy
in.
somewhere.
Yeah,
It's
I
fine.
let
Give
him
it
in.
away. Yeah. Phil and
Wow.
we had a chat
You
a few
got
weeks
you got
ago, and Phil's
connections,
like,
buddy.
I
well,
got a lot of Andrew going on in my life. So I got Andrew. Andrew's on the podcast, and then I just added Haskett Lemonade into my Amazon basket. So
Oh, look
look at
at you
that.
go.
Look at that.
Look
yeah,
at you go.
yeah, it's
Rocking it. I
gonna be
remember
awesome.
years ago, Kenny's like, book a spot on the podcast. Then but then there's no link. And I was like, how do I book a spot on the podcast? So it's like, Kenny says
Like
it, but
a
you got to get to Phil to actually get on
Just
here.
ping Phil.
it's like a Kenny trick, right? Come on, just come on. Just come on. Why
Just
aren't
book
you
it,
on yet? I
man.
don't understand. Why aren't you?
Just
I was
book
talking
it.
to that's Kenny's line. I was talking to Stephanie from Umami Crew the Fifth, and
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, it took us forever to get on there too. So you guys are just sought after. You're high quality
Oh, I
people,
don't.
a high
That
quality
that
podcast.
sounds like
Wait,
bullshit.
no, but I don't. Did they?
Have the
They
ladies
might
done
take
one?
my ass for it, but I didn't think the ladies wind up doing one.
Well,
I mean,
maybe
we've
they
talked to
didn't,
them a
but I
lot.
know
We have definitely
she's
talked
saying
to
she
them a
was
lot.
trying. Well, get them on. I'll tell her to message you, Phil. You make things work around here,
She's got a
apparently.
direct line to me. Like I feel like we talked to Stephanie, especially Stephanie, a lot actually. Hmm.
Well,
No,
maybe it's
she's
on her
not
then.
on the. They're not. I'm going to send them a note now. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, we
What the
need to get your
heck?
shit together.
Make it their problem.
Well,
I think
clearly.
so.
It
I
is
think
their
so.
problem.
It
What's
You know,
is.
you
everyone
just tell
drinking
them Andrew.
today?
Andrew figured it out. Like,
Yeah,
really?
exactly. What's in your cup today, Kenny?
Literally hot water and honey.
Don't you own a tea company or coffee company or something?
Both.
Seems off brand, but okay.
Hey, once in a while, you got to, make sure just there's nothing going through it. It's clean.
So
Fair,
I
fair.
am like I'm actually not joking about it, and I guess it works as a segue, but I have pineapple juice and sparkling water, like soda water,
Love
in a
that
cup
good
mixed
combo.
together. But yeah. So and it's actually good pineapple juice. Like it's proper pineapple juice. So I have natural pineapple or I have real pineapple juice with soda water, but I could really use some Hasket lemonade or some apple rhubarb. That would be kind of nice. Either one of those would
I
be
can make that
good.
happen.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't drink a lot of my own product, but I cracked the can of apple rhubarb because I
Okay.
figured it's on brand and it's starting to snow here. So it's kind of apple, kind of festive.
Oh,
Are you snowing in the interior?
Yeah,
Really?
it's pretty wet. Pretty
Oh,
wet. It's our
wow.
first big dump. It tried to snow the other day, but today it's starting to
And it's actually sticky.
um, north of
a little
just
bit.
literally an hour north of me, and they're snowed in already. Like
Wow.
I think around the Greater Toronto area, not in the Greater Toronto, but they're getting 30 centimeters here and there.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow. I mean, they are saying, for what it's worth, that they all it feels like it's going to be a interesting winter.
Yeah, well,
But
but
Should be
they
a
say
good
that every
winter.
year.
you
So
never know. I
yeah.
mean, clearly they don't know tomorrow, so I don't know how
Yeah.
they're going to do the next 6 months. But whatever, sure.
Yeah, true.
Um, so we have Andrew Warburton on, and he runs Peak Beverage Company. Um, we have gotten the chance to get to know Andrew a little bit, so I'm stoked. This will be fun. But I'm gonna shut up and just let you introduce yourself, and then next 45 minutes is yours, sir, and then we'll talk about where you come from, what you're doing, and this Peak Beverage thing, and
You know the
what's
gig.
this all about? Yeah, yeah.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. So for people that don't know me, my name's Andrew Warburton. I'm the founder of Peak Beverage Co. We're an all natural fruit based soda company based in Summerland, British Columbia. I started Peak when I was 18, right out of high school, graduated high school up in Prince George, moved down to Summerland with my family, my parents, and decided that everyone down here is making super cool ciders. So like apple rhubarb cider, strawberry rhubarb, ASCAPs in so many beers, but no one was really using those more premium fruits in non-alcoholic options. And so I kind of started playing around in their kitchen, in my parents' kitchen one day. And I was like, okay, maybe there's something here. And that was back in 2020, COVID hit. I moved here, had no friends, didn't know what to do with myself. And so it turned just to like late nights in my parents' kitchen, mixing juices together with some carbonated water from a soda stream, trying to see if I could make something that could be good. And I like to think I landed on something. And so in the last 4 years, it was kind of a slow growth. I built my own manufacturing facility, which we'll get into. And then I guess today now we're about 175 stores across Western Canada, 3 distributors, and constantly just learning the industry, growing as I go, and meeting wonderful people like you guys as I go.
Very cool.
That's very cool.
How many flavors do you have?
2 flavors right now. So Hazcap lemonade, apple and apple rhubarb.
And apple rhubarb.
And yeah, super simple ingredients, just carbonated water, fruit juice, a little bit of cane sugar. So no junk, no artificial anything, no preservatives.
Nice and clean. Nice and clean.
There is sugar because fruit juice has sugar, and there's a little bit of cane sugar, but
it's okay.
Each
we're
to
okay
their
with
own.
that. We're okay with it. We actually like. One of the things I hate the most, I think, is like when we come out of things like CHFA, I always have an artificial sweetener headache.
And it's not even artificial sweeteners. I mean, most times there's stevia or monk or whatever, but I always find it's the aftertaste even. Like
the other sugars, the other sugar hangover. I don't like it.
I think I'd just rather have sugar, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, sugar's sugar. The body gets it. I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of sugar. It's sugar, but I don't know. Sometimes I just find the aftertaste on some of the other stuff is really not massively pleasant.
No, and I think there's options out there. Like one I'm just looking into as I'm starting a new line is like allulose. It's like a rare sugar like found in dates, but it's not yet CFA approved. So they can only use it in the States. But I'm excited for like that to come into Canada. That'd be cool because I guess it's rare, but it's a lot less. A little goes a long way, a lot less calories, and it's still like a natural source. So
I mean, as long as it's clean, it's clean. I mean, they're all going to be processed, so you can't get away from that. But that's fine. I mean, as long as it's clean sugar, that product's good. So at the time, like, wasn't like Farming Karma and those guys, like a lot of other, aren't there a lot of carbonated fruit juices, non-alcoholic kicking around?
Yeah,
At the time
there's
you
a
were pretty
handful.
open, right?
Yeah. So in the last few years, I've like definitely it's started to get more popular. I've seen.
Which is good.
Yeah, like Last Chance came out with one. Obviously Farming Karma, who kind of pioneered that space, I feel. And yeah, so I think there's definitely room for it. People are obviously leaning towards more natural. Fruit in the Okanagan is kind of a no-brainer. We're surrounded by so many orchards that, yeah, there's quite a few out there. I feel like we're all different in our own ways, though. Obviously, we're more expensive in the way that we're using more premium fruits. It's kind of more to be that upscale fruit soda. Farming Karma has the benefit of having their own orchards, their own manufacturing facility now, and so they definitely are able to keep the price point a little bit down. But I think there's all of us are different to our own extents, but there definitely are a handful out there.
No, I think it wasn't more for anything. I think it's an interesting space in that, fruit juices have been around for a trillion years. More declines in the last probably 20 years than upclines. And then all of a sudden we get these really cool products coming out with nice clean fruits, different fruits, carbonated I like. I mean, it's all those cool things. And you're not scared of it, which is what I like. Sometimes why I ask the questions, I'm curious what your reaction is. You get it, right? I mean, the fact is that there's people coming to the category by virtue of being in the category. You probably got odds of taking advantage of some of that too, right? It's not going to go to one person.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and like I'd much rather grow on a shelf next to Farming Karma than Coca-Cola. Like I'd rather grow and be shelf buddies with a local company than some mass corporation. So I want to see us all succeed, and I think we're building a category, we're building an industry.
I agree,
and obviously there's some traction to it. So
it's all good, man.
I like it. I think
I like it too.
Yeah, I think it's a better way to drink. And then, like it's funny because we laugh about that a lot, right? Because everyone says, "Oh, if only people had the choice to choose healthy." And then we look at pop and chip aisles. That's the example we give, right? Is pop and chip aisles are always sold out.
They're always empty.
So given the choice, people are still going to, they're still going to, kind of take in the not so good drinks, right? So at least if we're making one that's a little bit better for you, why not, right? Like, and
Well,
then
Yeah,
I
that's what
I
I'm
like
saying.
that
actually,
there's balance.
yeah, I think that's a good choice, like to have,
Yeah.
um, the chance to be able to have, something like that, like to be able to compete with Farming Karma, Last Chance, all of these guys, like it's kind of cool. I don't mind
It's
it. Like,
awesome.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, and
awesome.
like I've been lucky enough that everyone's pretty open to collaboration too. So it's like I know Avi and Binny from Farming Karma. I know Gagan from
Hmm.
Last Chance. Like it's not like there's no like hierarchy really. Well, we all get along, we all share experiences, and we're all just like learning as we go, which is I think the most valuable thing that we can ever do is just learn from others that have done it before and see maybe different point of views on it.
But I think that's why I like why I kind of spin down this path with you is that I think a lot of people some do need to understand that you can be in a competitive space with people you know. It's not you don't have to be arch enemies. I mean, this is not, the category grows like, high tides lift all boats, right? So you
100%.
can go with it, right? And having someone like Farming Karma there who has maybe more money, bigger scale, gets into different places is not going to hurt you. You're a different proposition. You got cooler flavors, maybe. Maybe your packaging's cooler. Maybe, you're cooler. Whatever. Sorry, Avi. But all those kind of things. I think it's just really important for people to listen and understand that you can compete. It's not it's not dread when someone is in your space. It might be actually be a good thing.
No, absolutely. And like you said earlier, it just shows that there's
There's
interest in it.
interest.
If you start a product in a market that no one does, or like a brand new product, it's like, okay, you have a chance, but also you're starting from the ground. You have no
Right.
consumer base, there's no proof of concept really. And
Right.
so yeah, I think like going into categories that already exist, some people are scared of it, but I think it's probably the smarter move.
It can be. So when you did it, so at the beginning, you're sitting there thinking one day that, okay, listen, I think there's got to be a better fruit juice option. I would love it carbonated. I want some cool flavors. You know, that's good that you wanted that. How did you know anybody else was going to want it? Like, what outside of not seeing it there, you may not see it because maybe it just doesn't work. Maybe people have tried it. Maybe nobody cares. Like, how did you get to the point where you're thinking, ah, bullshit, there's play in this?
Yeah, I wish I really did. That's one thing I wish I'm learning from. I did absolutely no market research. Like I I spent
We all do
so
that.
much
Don't worry about
money.
it. That's standard. That should be the standard answer. I think most
Yeah,
people do.
yeah.
That is the
And I
answer. If you
basically,
said something else, we wouldn't really believe
You're full of
you.
shit. You didn't do that.
Yeah,
yeah, it's like
yeah.
I don't have 20 grand to spend on a market research
Right.
survey. Like who does? So no, I basically like I was making it in my parents' kitchen
Yeah.
and I would put it in bottles and then just like we at that time we were renovating our house. And so most of my feedback came from all the contractors that were working on our house. I'd just be like, hey, try this. And some people would be like, oh, too sweet, not sweet enough, not too like not lemony enough. And so that was honestly my market research was like kind of just winging it, no strategy, no real. I didn't know anyone down here, so it was like no real feedback, no real industry knowledge. It was basically like I like this. If I like this, hopefully other people will like it.
Yeah, but you did try
Um,
it though, but you did test it. I mean, it's not you
a
didn't
little
do
bit
research then. Like, I mean, I may be a small crew, but if they were willing to participate and they're giving you honest feedback and you're listening, then you are doing research. Too sweet, not sweet
which
enough.
is
I don't like
true.
this flavor. It's too blah, whatever that means, or you know what I mean? Like that is research. It's stuff that again, I think Phil and I get into this a lot is that even if you do farmers markets, is research is just asking sometimes, like in being inquisitive and why did you like it? What didn't you like about it? What you do different?
Yeah, and like on
Whatever.
farmers markets have been the best feedback I've gotten ever. Like our packaging right now, we're going through a rebrand. I say we, it's just me. Um, we're going through the brand is going through a rebrand just because at the farmers markets, the number one thing I got is people would think it's an energy drink. They would think it's like a
I think I
beer.
told you that the
Um,
first time I saw it too.
yeah. And so it's like that's when I was 18, I was like, I want cool packaging. I didn't think about it, how much it needs to reflect the
Hmm.
product,
Yeah.
how important packaging was. And so from farmers markets, I've learned so much about just like what people want, what people are looking for. And that's again nothing formal. It's just me standing there listening to
Right.
what consistently comes up and then making pivots on that and kind of just hoping it works out. I feel like that's the whole food and beverage game is just hoping and praying.
Yeah.
unless you have a lot of money.
Yeah, unless you have scads of money. I think it's sort of
Yeah.
that's the play though, is trying to when you just again you're trying to listen and get ahead of making, bad decisions.
And not put all your money in one spot.
Right.
Like that was like if I was to, I have a co-packer now, and that was like the best pivot I've ever done. So when I first started, it was like started my parents' kitchen, and then I was like, okay, I need to figure out how to do this. So they had a 1-car garage, that I was like, hey dad, I'm gonna take this over, and he's like, sure you are. Eventually I took it over, and so I turned to a
Poor
commercial
dad.
kitchen. Yeah, poor dad, right? He's like taking away his parking spots. Um, 200, it's like 250 square feet. I like basically called into your health, was like, how can I do this? And they're like, eh. And I was like, I'm gonna do it. And they're like, okay. They didn't have much hope in me. But I sanded that popcorn ceiling for like a week. Popcorn ceiling's the worst to get off.
It is.
Ran sinks in, replaced the garage door with man doors off Marketplace. And then I remember Tier Health came to inspect it, and they were still like a little eerie, and they were shocked. They're like, this is like a legit setup. They're like, half these home-based businesses are closets that people turned into like bare minimum. And so I ran out of that for the first 2 years, canning 2 cans at a time, the most labor intensive process. And I was like, what am I doing? This is not scalable. When I first started, I was like, I can distribute myself forever. I can just work 23 hours a day canning. Quickly realizing that's not possible. And so I was like 2 cans at a time. I built a pasteurizer out of, that was the big things like shelf stability. I knew it couldn't be refrigerated because refrigeration space is expensive. And so I built a pasteurizer. No idea
What do you
really.
mean you
Like,
built a pasteurizer? Hang on 2 seconds. What do you mean you built a
yeah,
pasteurizer?
okay. So do you know like those big blue seafood bins you see in like Superstore?
Yeah.
So I got one of those. I put a hot water on demand, like an industrial hot water on demand system with some recirculating pumps into it. So it's basically a big hot tub. And then I would get milk crates and just put cans of put milk crates in there, and then just get it to your certain temperature and hold it at that. So it was like you could buy commercial pasteurizers. They're like 30,000 to 40,000 for a small one. And I was like, I'm sure I can build this for under 10, which I did. And it worked pretty well, except for I didn't realize that when you heat up carbonated liquid and you're not putting any science behind it, your cans explode.
Really, eh?
Yeah, shocker, hey? Science. Obviously I didn't love science in school. Science was like my least favorite subject. Now wish I
Clearly,
would have
yeah,
paid more
clearly you
attention.
missed a couple classes. It's all good.
Yeah, physics or something. And so for the first like that was my point. I was like, okay, I got this expensive canning machine. I got all this like everything set up, but I was like, why do cans keep exploding in my face of 80-degree sugary liquid? So I quickly learned that like face shield, gloves, apron were really necessary. I remember the first time I tried pasteurizing, I left the garage for a minute and then I came back in and there was a can stuck to my ceiling because it shot the top off and the sharp lid of the can stuck into the drywall. So that
You
was a
need
little
Kevlar.
scary. Yeah, honestly, I was like, that should have been the move. And then I realized that if I like Googled, I was like, this must be a problem other people had. So through the power of the internet, I found like there was a brewery, I think it was like on Reddit or some forum that had the same issue. And then I quickly realized that, oh, you just need to short fill your cans. So you need to put more headroom, more expansion. And that was 90% successful. I still would have like a few cans that would explode, but
Right.
and that's a traumatic sound. Like having it's very loud and very jarring when you're standing next to it.
I bet.
Especially sometimes I'd be like pulling out the milk crates and I guess it
As
would
you're
just
over
like
top
shake
of
the
it,
can.
right?
Honestly. And
Jesus.
then I would shake the can a bit and it would just like it would warp. Terrifying.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I still
Terrifying.
struggle from that. Yeah. But yeah, so I did that for a while and then I did a farmer's market one season and realized that I sell more than 12 cases a week and that's all I can do. And so I was like, I got to figure out another option. So I found a co-packer that was able to meet my requirements, meet my needs. Also, can we talk about how hard it is to find beverage co-packers in
You can
North
talk whatever
America?
you want because we know that's a nightmare.
Yeah, I was like, there's one in Calgary or like one in Alberta, and that's all I could find. I was like, there's no like, I was like, I don't have the money to build a facility. Um, but I luckily found this company in Vancouver that would do co-packing. Um, and they've been great to work with. So luckily they came along, and now it's just a matter of selling enough to order enough, and then cash flow. Cash flow is a nightmare.
Cash flow
That's what
makes the
typically
whole
is.
thing go, right? Like it can make the whole thing go, or it can make the whole thing stop, like
So where
fast.
are
No
you
money.
struggling there? Just out of
Yeah.
curiosity, is it just keeping up with inventory, or waiting for
Yeah,
people to
more
pay you so you can pay for the inventory?
kind of a bit of both. Honestly, it's a lot of just it's an expensive product, and with ordering the juices because they all come locally. You
Yeah,
have very like limited time frames where you can order juice.
Hmm.
And so basically, if I need to do a run, like a production run, anytime after, say, August, I need to
right,
have all my juice ordered by then.
right.
And which luckily summer's busy, so cash isn't terrible then. But yeah, it's just making sure I have enough money in the bank to be able to do a production run when I need to do one.
Right.
And forecasting. Like I know we talked about this the other day on our accelerator is like forecasting. And
Right.
I think Kenny asked how people forecast, and I was like, is educated guesses count? And that's all I'm doing right now is like educated guesses, being like, hey, this many stores, hopefully they go through this much. Um, and so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But
But you know what? That is still the way it's going to be done because it's not future telling like with a crystal ball and it's going to be necessarily 100% accurate. The reason what you're trying to do is just mitigate stupid decisions. Like, you normally sell 10 a month, but you're on ad in Nature's Fair. Did you account for that? Because if you didn't, just clearly by being on sale, you're probably going to sell more. Were you ready? I mean, you
the
know what I mean?
answer is
It's
no,
not
I was
rocket
not.
science, right? How much you're going to sell? Yeah, you guess, or you ask the buyer, on sale, what do things like me normally do? They do 1.5 times, 2 times, 10 times. Like, what do you think I can expect? And then you just, you go with it.
Yep. And that's been what I've been doing. It's like, how do you grow? How do you like the biggest thing I've learned too is like making sure you're in stores that actually your consumers shop at. Like we're a $4 can product. No frills is never going to be a spot for us.
Not really.
Um, and same with like, so I realized I need to be more picky on what locations I go to because it just ruins relationships when you sell them a product and then they don't sell it. And then they're like, well, we've had this for 2 years, we moved nothing. And it does no one good.
The shit you learn, eh?
The shit you learn, yeah, you learn a lot. Especially like I figured I could have went to business. Like I'm 23 now. I could have went to business school. Probably spent the same amount of money as I did to start this. Would I have learned nearly as much? Probably
No,
not.
no. You learn formal thinking and you might think a little differently, but you definitely not as a lot of stuff's not in the books or in
No,
real
especially
life in the books, right?
yeah, and like I don't think there's any real food. Like you guys should just start a school on food and beverage. Like
Who's
if
going to
someone
teach
could like,
us?
I feel like
I'm
you
just
know
kidding.
enough. You get James. James can teach you.
Yeah,
Um,
you know enough to be dangerous, right?
right, exactly. And so yeah, like I'm starting a new line now, and I've basically taken everything I've messed up on Peak and been like, okay, well now I know how to not do this. Let's see if I can do this the right way this time. Um, so hopefully it all works out.
I'm sure it will.
A new line. Okay. You're probably not ready to talk about that yet.
Are we
We can talk about it a
still
little bit if you
under
want.
are we still under peak?
We're not.
So
We're
can I ask you two things then? So you can tell us what you
yeah,
want to say. One, how did you get to peak? And then it's where you go after that. If you want to talk about the new thing, we can, but we don't need trade secrets unless you want to get people excited. But like I was going to ask you,
Mm.
like when I first saw it, because the first time I saw it, I thought it was an energy drink because
yeah.
peak performance, and that's how the mind just runs. You think, okay, clearly it's something to do with performance and or energy or something.
Yeah, and like the name Peak, I wish there was no real strategy to it. I was like, I knew I wanted it to be Beverage Co. And I was like, I just need to find a name that flows with that. And I think one day I was just like watching TV or watching a documentary, and there was a shot of like downtown Toronto, and there was a sign that was, I can't remember what company it was. It said Peak something. And I was like, Peak Beverage Co. I was like, that kind of works. And then I was like, we kind of have mountains in the Okanagan, kind of. We have big hills. And so I kind of picked that and went with it. And I didn't think anyone was going to question it as much as they do, but I get that question a lot more than I ever expected. I was like, why Peak? And I guess it makes sense if like I lived in Whistler or something, but yeah, there's no real strategic name to that. Um,
I
but
was
we'll
always
see.
curious because I thought, okay,
Yeah.
clearly he must have been doing something within either climbing and or in performance endurance kind of play. I didn't
Yeah, which
realize
is why
I
I
saw it
think,
on television from Toronto. First problem, you got it from Toronto. First big issue, right?
how do you feel about that, Phil? Little hit to Toronto.
He gets them all the
I,
time.
I'm so used to it. I
Didn't
didn't
even
even
flinch.
notice it.
Well, he
I don't
flinched a little
notice
bit
it.
inside,
It
but
just
not too
kind of
bad.
bounces. No, I like Torontonians are not. We're not delicate like
Now you
that.
guys don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
us,
it's all good.
We're
we're delicate over
hypersensitive.
here. Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to be nice to us. Um,
we're very
but yeah,
needy.
and so we are. You're right, but we're cool. And you spend half your time out here, so I feel like we can accept you as one of our own
He's one of
Thank
us
some
you.
now for
degree.
sure.
Thank you.
100%.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
like a bridge
yeah,
between two worlds.
yeah. Well, I spend half the time on a plane. Like, I. Yeah, so the new company, we'll touch on this a little bit. So with, I guess, everything realizing like Peak, there's no real function. Like it's a better for you option. It tastes good. You can use it as mixers. Sure, you could argue that like the sugars give you natural energy, but I'm not going to deal with that stuff.
No.
And so I was kind of looking like what's something I find on a daily basis that I want. Um, and what do I lean towards? And so caffeine, obviously, with the energy drink pump right now, a lot of them are full of just so much caffeine that I find I drink 2 sips of one and then that's enough. Um, and I drink it to be social. Like if I have to go to CHFA, if I have to go to like a mixer and I don't have the energy, it's caffeine. So the new thing I'm working on is basically an energy drink that's focused on your social events, kind of giving you that social energy. Um, it's gonna be like build that confidence when you have to go to those events and do those things. Um, and so still pretty early on that, but hoping to have that out before summer next year. So time's crunching, but as you guys know, that's not a lot of time to
No.
develop packaging, develop a product, but we'll see if I can do it.
Yeah, are you still doing, are you going to still do peak though? Or is it going to be,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And so that's kind of I took on a lot at once. New company and then rebranding Peak, obviously like new direction, new vision. So it's basically launching 2 new companies at the same time, which I might push one a little bit
Do you
staggered.
think that's wise, young
Um,
man? Like, is this really something have we thought this
How
through?
many people on your team
uh,
again?
I forget who
we got
we was.
like
You
I
said
think you
we
half.
said
were
there were
on this,
like
like,
4, 5, 14, 15 people
yeah,
behind
Yeah, we're
you.
like 14 minus
Yeah.
13. So I guess
right.
one. Um, yeah,
That's what
and
I remember hearing. Okay.
yeah, just me, myself, and I. Yeah, it's probably not the wisest choice, but I figured like I'm young. I don't need sleep. Unlike
Hmm.
Kenny. Kenny needs all the sleep in the world.
Well, tell me about
Um,
it. More than you know. I
but
don't
yeah, I
get it,
mean,
but yes, need
that's
sleep.
fair. And I feel like I like my launch strategy for both are like different enough that I think it'll work. Like I'm not going straight to retail with the new drink. I'm gonna do like try to keep it like online D2C for a while. Will that work? I'm not sure,
Hmm.
but I hope I hope that's all. It's a lot of hoping.
So did we
Um,
do research on this one? Like in terms of like we talked about at the beginning, like what's the like what I don't want people to I don't want you to tell things so that other people think, oh fuck, that's a great idea. We should do this too. But I'm trying to figure out like, like how do you because I think if you have other people listening, they're gonna listen and think, okay, the kid's really on, the young man's really honest. He's gonna tell us things. Why that's kind of the way I do it. They're really suggesting they shouldn't. You know what I mean? Everybody's trying to learn from things. So I'd like you to explain a little bit, but I don't want you to know trade secrets. I don't.
Okay.
open
Yeah.
can of worms.
Yeah. You can call me a kid. I'm a kid. Um, yeah,
You're,
I did a little
you're
market
younger than
research.
my kids. So yeah,
Well, that ages you, Kenny. That ages you.
it lots does, buddy. Lots does.
And then there's Phil, who's still, spring
I'm
chicken.
doing my best not
Um,
to. Normally, this is where I take a run at him, but I'm
I was
trying
waiting for it,
to.
but yeah, he didn't.
I'm
It
doing
was
my best
softball.
not to. Yeah.
oh, it's so kind. You guys are getting along for once. Yeah, I did a bit of market research on this one. A little more strategic, not so run and gun. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think, what can I say without saying too much? I think
No,
there's a
no.
market
So
for it.
don't say,
No,
don't say.
you
Just
obviously think
you'll
there's
come back on at
room
some
in
point and
this.
tell us more about it.
Yeah,
But
you
it sounds
clearly
like,
think there's room.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
space in here for
Yes,
something
yeah.
else.
And if
Okay,
anyone's listening
cool.
that wants to do the same thing, there's no room, there's no space, terrible idea.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
yeah. It's
So,
actually an insane idea. He has no idea why he's doing it. Don't bother.
yeah. You can
Yeah,
probably tell
exactly.
by the
Say
way I
that.
Get
asked him. I
out.
actually do believe that it's an insane idea, and I'm
Yeah.
not too sure what the hell he's doing. But I have faith in this young man. I think he can do whatever he's thinking he can do. It just still freaks me out a little bit because it's a really tough spot.
It is. Beverage
It's
is
a
a tough
tough
spot.
space.
Yeah, and like people ask me all the time. They're like, "Oh, like I want to start this company. I want to start this," and it's all in food and beverage. And my first thing is like, I was like,
Why?
"Do it, but don't do it." I was like, "There's no money.
Why?
There's no, yeah. It's like it's hard to grow. It's so competitive,
Yeah.
but it's fun. And like I find the food and beverage community. I think Phil and I were talking this the other day too. It's like it's a community. It's not everyone gets along so well. We all live the same
Yeah.
struggles. We talk about the same struggles. And there's no real like competition. Like there's obviously competition, but when I sit in a room with Avi, it's not like we're trying to build each other. We're not trying to keep secrets from
It's
each other.
friendly competition. I think it feels to me that everybody's actually okay with everybody doing okay. Like it is a weird space in that people are very, and I find people are really willing to share. Well, I did that and this. You know what I mean? Like you're thinking, wow, you guys share a lot of information. But I think it's a consistent theme within the industry. My feeling anyway.
No, absolutely. And like having organizations like BC Food and Beverage are huge for that. Like they
Absolutely.
bring everyone, all the producers together
Hmm.
um
Hmm.
to be able to build together. And we're in such a great place in food and beverage too that like Farm Credit Canada now funds food and beverage fully. That's all they do. And so it's great to have
That's
partners
awesome.
and opportunities like that can help build that industry.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So that sounds like a sponsorship plug. That was not.
Well, it
It
could be.
was
You know what?
kind
They're
of,
a
but
good
it's
group, and
okay. It came from the
they
heart.
sponsor a
So
lot of industry, right?
yeah.
They
They
do.
do their best to try to help. BC Food and Bev is put together. I mean, they advocate for us, but they also give tons of educational things or platforms where you can meet, talk to other people, and hopefully learn something.
Yeah, and like BC Food and Beverage Growth Hub, amazing. Like
Yeah, so I mean, there's definitely plays in all
Now
this,
you're
right? So
definitely plugging,
that
but
was a plug.
that's okay. We
That's okay.
also
We'll
accept
take
that
it.
as well.
That was definitely a plug.
Yeah.
you gotta give credit where credit's due.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Um, so you're launching a new company. You got Peak going on. Are you looking at other flavor combinations, all those sort of things? Like, what are you thinking about for Peak?
Like within the line we're doing now, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, absolutely. Like I think there's so much room for more flavors. Obviously, like living in BC and like our big values being BC flavors. I think it gives us so much room to expand with all the fruits we have available.
Yeah.
Obviously, launching a new flavor comes with cost, different packaging, different formulation. But I'm hoping to do some limited edition, maybe summer runs, do some more
Not a bad
flavors that are
idea.
maybe less expensive. Um, Obviously, has kept juice is not cheap, so if I can find something that's equally as good and can still represent like the BC values, I think that'd be awesome. So I've obviously looked at like blueberry, raspberry. Peach is a really hard one to do without adding like natural flavors.
Hmm.
And so yeah, there's definitely room to grow on that. Ideally, I was going to launch with 4 flavors when I first started, and then I realized like the capital you need to launch 4 flavors and the ability to launch 4 flavors is a lot harder than I thought. So started with 2, and then we can kind of grow from there. So I'm hoping Kenny's going to probably judge me on this too, but hoping in the new year with the rebrand, launch a limited edition summer flavor. Still unsure what that will be, but we're going to do that. We're going to switch to 4 packs. So that's a big thing I've got from feedback as well is right now we're single cans everywhere. People want 4 packs. Obviously there's challenges with that. Like you're adding costs to it and you're discounting it. So it's like 4 packs don't logically make sense, but if that's what consumers want, hopefully you can drive volume a little more. So I'm still navigating that. That's a hard pill to swallow. It's like, hey, well, now my cost is more per can, but I have to drop it like $1 a 4 pack or whatever. And so,
but your idea
we'll
on
navigate
trying
that
to
when it
find
comes.
flavors that make maybe more margin sense then plays well into that, right?
No, absolutely.
A couple expensive, a couple less expensive. Why can't you do peach? Why do you? Why do you have natural flavor in peach?
Yeah, because peach doesn't pop.
Peaches taste like peaches, don't they? Like, isn't it?
Peach, well, I wish. I think a lot of the flavor in peaches are in like the flesh itself. So all the peach juice I've tried, like all the peach juice I've gotten that is like straight juiced peaches are very just like apple tasting. So to really get like that peach pop that I think I'd want or that like consumers associate peach with, you need to add like either your natural flavors, your concentrates, or something that can pop it, which isn't in the peak values right now. I know Kenny's a big fan of Farm & Karma's peach.
I like their peach. I do. It's got a little bit. I mean, I've never had any of the peach flavors really blow my mind like a peach would.
Their peaches.
And now you say that, I'm thinking, well, that's actually I think might be true. Like nothing tastes like a peach.
They all have the every peach thing I've ever had has a little bit of a bloom at the end, right? Because of the flavoring or whatever. Like they gotta make it like really pop. And I don't want Avi and Vinny to kill me, so I'm gonna go look. But I thought theirs had the same thing.
Like I just find it interesting because when you bite into an Okanagan peach at the right time of year, like it's a holy shit, this is really nice.
Absolutely.
This tastes like fantastic. I mean,
we have a city called Peachland. Like you think it'd be a no-brainer for me, but yeah, I'd like apricot. Apricot might be a fun one, like an apricot ginger.
That'd be nice.
I really want to do something with ginger. I feel like ginger, like people don't realize that ginger also grows in BC.
It does. We grow lots of ginger.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that actually.
I learned that. I think that's a nice idea. Nice for the tummy. Ginger's such a nice, so soothing, right?
I like the ginger burn.
You guys are cool at like because the one thing that you guys can do that we can't, right? Because we've got the Niagara region, we grow a lot of fruit out here as well, but I don't think we do a ton of like we're very conventional in what we grow, right? Like in terms of apples and pears and there are peaches as well, but I don't think we do ginger out here. I don't think we have the climate for it. I don't think and then Haskep is new. Like
shit, wait, I didn't even know what Haskep was. I never heard of one until 2 years ago.
Yeah. Although
Haskep's blowing up.
We know someone. I know someone in Nova Scotia that grows Haskep, which is I didn't know you could do that either, but Charlie's figured out how. So
yeah, and like Haskep's one of those things too. It's like I launched that knowing that consumers don't really know what Haskeps are. So a lot of my time, it's called Haskep lemonade, and so a lot of people are like, "What's Haskep and why is it pink?" Like everyone's like, "Why is lemonade pink?"
Yeah.
And so on the repackaging, Haskep berry lemonade is going to be what it's called. Some people know it's a berry, and so it's like the little things you learn about what I think I'm like, oh, Haskep, people can figure it out. People don't have time to Google it. People don't have time to ask what it is. Like,
ask him. We went through the Kelowna market, whether it was last year before, with Peter, right, from Peter's Egg, and we're looking at this Haskep, and he's like, "What is that?" Because it sounded like I never heard of it.
Huckleberries. Kenny seems to know everything about BC, so I naturally turned to Kenny and said, in your wizard brain, what
No,
is it, right? And he was like,
no clue.
and I was like, oh my God, I found something that Kenny doesn't know. Like,
I know a
what the
lot. I
heck,
don't
right?
know a
Like,
lot of things, you smartass. That one, I
Don't
was,
admit to that, Kenny.
oh, whatever. I was dumbfounded because I thought, what the hell is it? And they're growing here. And then what do they feel? They said there was in Saskatchewan or Alberta, like all these, I
yeah,
think,
yeah.
what is this thing?
Well, and
Yeah,
then
and
he
there's a whole
threw,
university.
yeah, he threw a bunch of weird, like, because he actually said, it's kind of obscure, like a Saskatoon berry, and we both went, yes, heard a bit, but don't know what it looks
But we
like
had Saskatoon
either. Like,
berries in the Kootenays. We had all this. I'd never in my life heard of a
yeah,
what are
yeah,
they
yeah,
called?
yeah. Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, it's a big prairie thing. Like there's a whole school in I think it's Saskatchewan that they just research and like develop Hascap plants, Hascap berries, and come up with new
Really?
varieties. And it's such a cool like I describe it as like if a blueberry and a raspberry had a baby, it'd be a Hascap.
Oh,
And
Okay.
it's like
oh, okay.
health
No,
benefits.
yeah, okay. Now it makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah, for like flavor wise and
Yeah.
benefit wise, you're like three times the antioxidants of blueberries, which is
And blueberries
crazy.
are
Like
already really high.
absolutely. And so that's like another, I guess, thing I've never really leaned into in marketing. With pasteurization, it doesn't affect any of the antioxidant qualities.
Right.
And so I think that's I didn't lean into that because I didn't want to go too like clinical healthy.
How about just a
But
really
there's
great tasting fruit drink that's got bubbles?
exactly.
Which is what you did, which I kind of like too, because you're thinking, yeah, clearly apples aren't bad for us. We know that, rhubarb's not bad. You know what I mean? You're kind of already thinking these are healthy sounding flavors already. I don't need the cell as much as I really just want something to taste really
So,
good.
so the
I
guy,
just want something to taste
Charlie
good.
Clark, who owns Haskell Highland Orchards out
Right.
in uh I think he's in Nova Scotia, but he was saying that it's a superfood, right? Like it's not just an antioxidant, but he said it's a superfood, and he said that when I talked to him about it, he was like, there are places in Asia where they actually like where they actually like use it, like athletes use it as their antioxidant, which is kind of cool.
So, but like,
yeah,
remember
it's
when
like in the
acai berries
superberry
came out,
family.
and acai berries were the same thing.
Yeah.
They were super high in antioxidants,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
nobody knew what the
Yeah.
hell they were either, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not. I don't think they're
Yeah.
indigenous to us. I can't remember if they're South American or
Yeah. Yeah.
There's aronia berry. Look into that. They don't taste
who?
great, but another exactly aronia, Arnoia, I think.
Where are they
It's another one
from?
of those
From
like
here?
there's a farm in Kelowna that makes them or grows them, makes them. They're
A
they're very bitter.
chokeberry.
Yeah, probably because
Chokeberries
they're
I've
choking them
heard
because they
of.
don't taste so good.
Aronia
Um,
berry is a chokeberry.
Oh, okay. I've only heard the chokeberry. I've never heard of the aronia part.
yeah, they're one of those super berries that a lot of people don't know
Oh,
about
okay.
either. I tried something with that.
No,
There's
not really.
no hope in hell for that.
No. Good try. Not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Ginger apricot. I think we're all liking that one.
Yeah, I like that one too. I was like, what else can I do ginger with? I like the two flavor combinations, apple rhubarb, Haskap lemon. I was like, what's
Ginger and
another two
turmeric, and
flavor?
then with some kind of juice. I'm not too sure what it would be. A ginger and turmeric always go well
Yeah,
together. So that's just finding a carrier, like a nice local juice that you could play with. Maybe that's how you pop peach.
true. Yeah,
Like
like
get the
I
benefits of a nice
know.
peach
Maybe it's an
and
apple peach.
Yeah,
Maybe
apple
an
peach would
apple
be
peach,
okay.
and
right? Yeah,
well,
because
that's
an
like I
apple
find a
peach
lot of
would make it pop.
a lot of the fruit sodas are like majority of fruit sodas you find will be apple based because it's a cheap base. It's cheap. It's a
Yeah,
good
Let's say it's a
carrier.
cheap base and there's lots of
Um,
apples. I mean,
yeah,
so
yeah.
exactly. And so that's kind of one thing I've like tried to sway away from is like a lot of like one thing I didn't realize that people have apple allergies like crazy, which
Really?
I thought was
to the
strange.
apple
Yeah, I
or
get
to the
yeah. I don't
really?
know. I like at the farmers market, I get so many people being like, "Oh, I'm allergic to apple," and I was like, "What?"
The
Never
And
heard of that.
so
pollen, maybe like apple
I was thinking of
pollen.
someone on the outside,
That
like it's
is
more of
common.
a
Yeah.
skin issue.
yeah, I don't know, but it's nice to be able to have a product like the Hascap Lemon. It has no apple in it, so it's nice to be able to have a product that they can actually have because they're
Mm.
half the fruit sodas that they try are all apple
Yeah.
based. So
Plus, I think I'm with you in the sense that if when you maybe because we're from BC for sure is that when you hear apple juice and stuff, it is the low end of the juices, not in terms of apple. I love apple juice. Like actually, it's my go-to juice. I love apple juice. I always have since I was little. But it's not, you know what I mean? You don't think of it as a premium um, product that's just apple juice. It could be just us, you know that, eh? Just because we're from BC, but maybe it's because we have so many freaking apples that it's like a nothing to us. Where other places think, oh my God, you got apples? I don't know.
Well, and people are starting to like monetize apple juice like crazy now too. I'm seeing so many like premium apple juices coming out, and I was like, is there a
Is there
market for
such
that? Like,
thing?
is someone gonna pay $10 for a liter of apple juice? Like
I
cloudy
wouldn't.
apple juice? Yeah, me neither. I was like,
No.
I can walk
Well, you pay
across the
10 bucks for
field
a
and
cloudy orange juice, and if you go to Florida, they're thinking, who would pay 10 bucks for a cloudy orange juice?
true. Well, I guess who's gonna pay $4 for a can of fruit soda? Apparently people will. So what do
Phil,
we know? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I would. I will.
he
It's in
does.
my Amazon cart.
Yeah, so he
So
does. I mean, but that's okay.
I
Again, I think
will.
that goes back to what you first started with too, is that when you're starting up, there's a reason you spend time doing research because who is going to buy these products? Who are you talking to? Because if you figure that part out, then you might know where they shop. Like you said, if
100%.
you don't believe there are no frills, and not because of no frills people are bad, no frills is a discounter. It's a different type of consumer, or if it's even if it's an affluent consumer, they're in the mindset at that point to probably be more of a discount. No big deal.
No,
Do you
absolutely.
think
Like,
of premium products and they have nice products, but like do you go down that path where you walk into Whole Foods and quite frankly, you know
yeah,
it's
you
gonna
leave Whole
cost you.
Foods with 5 items, it's gonna be $100. Like,
Yeah, you're going to cost you, but you're not uptight about it because you're there because it's Whole Foods and you just feel good about being there for whatever reasons you have. I don't care what it is.
no, absolutely.
I
All right.
mean, I guess I look at this category to me like it's not it's different but not different. Like so, like when I used to drink soda or pop, um, like a Coke you might drink a lot of, and then like an Orange Crush or something like that you save for the weekends or you save for
Yeah.
pizza or because there's certain meals that you know pop just goes really good with, right? And so when I buy something like this, like when I get yours, I'm not gonna drink it every day, right? Even though I know you would want that, but I know. But I would probably save it. Like I would save it for the weekend, or I would save it
Yeah.
for, when we've got some friends over, or I might save it to mix with something, right? So I do, and then in those situations, I don't actually mind paying more because now I'm not saving crap in a can. Like I would have saved crap in a can to drink in a special occasion. Now
Yeah.
I'm saving something that's got real fruit juice in it that actually tastes good that I know isn't going to be bad for me, right? So,
No, and that's kind of the whole goal. Is like it's that
yeah.
special event, that occasion, that experience in a can. I remember growing up as a kid, we drink like that. There used to be this company that would do sparkling apple juice in a bottle, and that would be like our our fancy thing for Thanksgiving. And so I think that's kind of what Peak is like categorized for, is like to be for those special occasions, not to be your everyday thing, but to be your event, your
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you
Friday
really
night,
want to
going to have
enjoy
a drink.
something really,
Yeah.
really nice, and you don't mind at that point saying, yeah, you know what, I'm going to indulge a little bit. It's
Like,
not,
you know
Absolutely.
what?
it's
You'd
okay.
save a San Pellegrino, like a San Pellegrino, the lemon, whatever the lemonata or whatever they would call it for the
Mhm.
same sort of thing, right? Except now I am not saving it for an even smaller can, right? Of something that is highly perfumed and
Yeah.
is fake in taste, right? So I am keeping something that is real fruit juice that, is actually good for me and then I'll actually like drinking, right? So
Right.
why not?
Absolutely. And I think I found like that's why food service does so good for us around here, is because people are going out to these restaurants wanting an experience, wanting something different. And if they don't drink, their partner's probably getting a $14 glass of wine.
Right.
And so for them to spend $4, $5 on a can of local premium fruit soda
Yeah. So
is
nothing.
not too much of a shock for them. So
No.
it all
Yeah.
aligns.
No, it
I
does
like
align,
it.
but again, it goes back to you got to know who the consumer is, and you got to know where they
Yeah,
are, and
yeah,
like
yeah,
pick your spots, right?
yeah.
Absolutely. Like wineries has done great for us because there's
I
always
bet,
the designated drivers, but they still
I
want to have
bet.
something fun. And so
And
that's
premium.
been
Everybody else is drinking nice wine. I don't want to drink water. I don't want a Coca-Cola.
absolutely,
Like, give me something that's a little nicer.
yeah,
Yeah.
And if it's from the Okanagan, where the wine was too, like it's actually kind of nice tie, and you're thinking, this is nice. I can play that.
And especially here, like you're paying $40 for a bottle of wine. It's like $4 is
Well,
nothing at that point.
$4. Actually, it just went up to 8, but it's still
Yeah,
nothing
exactly.
compared to you.
Exactly. Price
Yeah.
increase.
so if people
Yes.
are out there trying to find you, where are they going to find you? Just so if they want
Yeah,
to, we
so
clearly know Amazon because we got some basket stuff happening on the
perfect.
podcast here. So where else would they find you?
Yeah, obviously Amazon, Nature's Fair, Fresh Street
Yeah,
Market, IGA's, handful of places in Alberta, Saskatchewan. Or you can order online at drinkpeak.ca. You can use the code commerce25, get 25% off. That those are kind of the main ones right now. A bunch of little independents, kind of
like
anywhere that you
Cooney
it's
Co-op,
very like
Ferreros, anything like that, or
nowhere like that yet.
yeah?
Kind of places like fruit stands all throughout the Okanagan.
That makes total sense. Like,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, I'm trying to think anywhere in the community, like Dad's Market in Saskatchewan.
those are good stores.
Um, yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to think some other smaller chains. It's so hard because that's the thing as you grow. It's like I used to know them off the top of my head, and now we're almost 175 stores. It's hard
That's not
to
bad.
keep
That's
track of
that's
them
good though,
all.
buddy. And are you doing these on your own, or do you have a distributor working with you?
Yeah, so I have a few distributors. I have one distributor that does kind of the big chains, and then I have a
Yeah,
local distributor that does all the fruit stands,
awesome,
wineries, and then I
awesome.
still do a handful myself as well. It's
Good for
nice
you.
to stay out there.
Oh, you keep your fingers on the pulse, right?
Kind of have
Absolutely, and
to.
like I love doing farmers
Yeah.
markets. I love doing demos. It
Yeah,
gets me out there, shows my face, get the
gets you
feedback
asking
direct.
questions, bud. Gets you learning.
That too. That too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Very cool.
I am glad that you ran into somebody who could get you on this podcast.
Yeah, I'm glad you figured out how to sign up for a
Yeah.
podcast. Good for you.
Me
Yeah.
too. I just like I now I know people, so now I'm just gonna pass that link to everybody I know in food and beverage. You're just gonna get a bunch of
Sure.
and Kenny will have no idea what he's going on for as always, and
Which
I'll
is
just pop
usually the
on.
case
And
anyway, so it doesn't
It's
really matter.
normal. It's normal.
what would you do
It's
without
all good.
Phil? What would you do without Phil?
Oh, Christ. Nobody
He
can
would do
have my
something
Phil.
else, actually.
No.
He would do something else,
I
probably.
always tell people what they should do is find a Phil. Not mine. Someone else's Phil. You get your own Phil. I don't like sharing.
That's fair. Who does like sharing? Unless it's Peak. Share
Well, maybe
Peak.
people do. Yeah, that's different. But I don't like sharing.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Awesome. Well, thank you
Awesome.
so much,
Thank you for
guys.
doing this.
Thanks for doing it
Yeah,
with
thank
us.
you
I
guys.
really
Yeah.
This is
appreciate it. Go
great.
outside, shovel some snow or whatever you're going to do back out there. Unless it's
Oh, I
stopped
hope
and it's
not.
not sticking.
It's all wet. It's like it's sticking on everywhere but the roads, which is good
Good.
for me.
Which is
But
That's
perfect.
perfect.
You
Yeah.
do its thing. Like, what do you care?
Yeah.
Awesome.
exactly.
All
So
right,
Andrew,
Andrew.
awesome.
thank you.
Thank you guys.
See
Take
you.
care.
Thank you.
Phil, you hang on. You go enjoy your afternoon.
See ya.
What a nice young man.
You know what? He's an honest young man too, and I think if you listen to it, like but this is why I think I always like talking to him, like, even the first time I met him, he'll tell you, he honestly, like and I know he learns all the time because he's trying to, he, from no research to researching, right? I don't know. I like him just because I think he's just such a nice young man, and he's doing some
Yeah.
cool shit,
Yeah.
and he's not scared to take chances. Like he's a total like the entrepreneur, but he's learning how to do this a little differently. So good on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Thank you for
Thanks
listening.
for listening, everybody.